day. So guess what we're going to talk about today? Deep conversation here with my magician friend, Stephen Hart. I used to call him Kevin Hart. I don't know why. Probably because I was watching a lot of Kevin Hart videos, but his name's Stephen. And he's got a heart. And I'm going to go find him. We're going to talk about, like I said, right here, boom, transcending, trance, ending the trance. And we're going to tie in the magic thing with it. He's actually got a little demonstration, so stand by for that. We're going to be doing some magic effects. Cool beans. Where is he? There he is. Whoa! There's the man. How you doing there, Steve?
Great.
Yay! I saw your post that you shared, and you thought it was interesting, and I loved it was called Transcending, and that's what everybody kind of do, like to transcend out of their old life into a new life, take it to the next level and all that. And then the byline for it was TRANSCENDING.
I thought it was very interesting too, because what you're acknowledging is that you're in a trance, and then you're going to transcend beyond that trance.
Yeah, and I can. What's interesting to this, because this is kind of my life kind of thing, of like you wake up in the morning, you stub your toe, somebody has a bad day because of that. I laugh at it because it hurts. It's just something that happened. It's a matter of mindset, transcend your mindset. And like magicians will get into this routine of finding out the next best magic trick or the next move or something like that. Or they might get into this trance saying that they aren't capable of getting a corporate event because they don't have any testimonials, or I don't have any video coverage, so I can't do a good promo video. And they put the blame, like Biden's putting the blame on the economy in the United States on Putin.
Right.
Everybody's blaming everybody else.
That's right.
The power is within, right?
The blame game is a lame game. Yeah. Anytime we blame someone else or a situation or ourselves, we're making a mistake.
Right. You're putting the focus on something that isn't.
Yeah. That's right. You're not freeing yourself. You're not transcending. What's happening is you're now stuck in the trance.
Right. And I think I mentioned I used to, and I might kick it back up again. There's a Abundance for Life program that Paul Sheely came up with, and I purchased it a while ago. And it has all the workbooks and the PowerPoints and all that stuff with it. And that's a big piece of it, is getting out of that trance so you can realize an abundant life, because it's a trance thinking that, okay, I can't really make anything because I'm only getting paid minimum wage and all this stuff that I can't. I hate that 4-letter word, can't. Doesn't work for me. Yeah.
Well, let me give you my illustration here, because this fits right in with what you're saying.
Let me see if I can put you on a big screen then.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just say this. About a period of, I'm guessing, almost 10 years ago, I was stuck in the mentality that I was enslaved to this dollar.
The dollar, yeah.
Yeah, making money, and I felt like it was a slave to me, or I was a slave to it. Is what I'm trying to say. So I had to learn how to take my money and stretch it, so that every day I could survive with the money that I had. And what I found out is I could transcend that way of thinking. There was a transformation that actually took place. And I realized that I could be making money with my ideas. So I'm making money. Now I'm making money. I'm making money. I allow my ideas to just help me move out of that concept that I was enslaved to the dollar, and allowed the universe to bring the dollar to me as a result of me letting go of that enslavement, of that mentality. So anyway, that's a trick I came up with years ago. And I actually sell that trick.
I was going to ask you if you have
I have a few of them left. Well, I have a few left if people are interested. But the point is to actually let go of the idea that we're enslaved to that money and transcend that. And that's exactly what happened. Ever since then, my whole financial situation changed.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if being an entrepreneur, you might have seen that graphic. They call them memes or whatever, where some people think the path to success is like a straight line, and an entrepreneur sees it and it's going all over the place like this.
Right.
So that's it. If you want to make money, it isn't that simple.
That's
I
right.
mean, you could end up doing some kind of like one of those postcard mailings that you do, and the person might throw the thing in the garbage and the wind would blow it down the street and somebody else would pick it up and go, oh my God, I was going to be doing our corporate Christmas party. This is great.
Right.
That's not the way you planned it, but that's the way things happen.
That's right. That's part of the positioning. And the positioning first starts in your mind, your own perception of who you are and what you're experiencing. And so, yes, I had to position my thinking. And when I did, it taught me how to position myself around other people and how they respond. And that's exactly what happened. I ended up making opportunities and creating revenues of income, that I wasn't even aware of, by just opening myself up to that concept.
No, when you said positioning, my mind went to the concept of focus. Would that also be relevant, don't you think?
Let me think about that.
Because of position, where are you going to position yourself in this, like in your local area? Are you going to position yourself in Palm Bay there? Or are you going to do your marketing in Las Vegas where there's a lot more magic going on? That would be kind of stupid, right?
Yeah, you're asking the right question. Yes, the answer to your question would be yes. You have to open yourself up to the possibilities.
Yeah.
What are the possibilities? And then where is it that you feel within yourself that you want to go? And then once you define what that is, then you designate that market. You focus on that market, and that's what I've had to do. So yes, I position myself within that market to where I want to get and create what I want to have. So yes, and so we're talking. I know this sounds well, it is. It's a science. I was going to say it sounds a lot, maybe some woo-woo, but there's some practical applications to this. And so, yeah, focusing, positioning, opening yourself up to the possibilities. First thing is to get unstuck. So many of us are stuck in this trance. The word trance means to be under a control of some of your surroundings or a hypnotic way of thinking, and you have to break out of that. You have to wake up, as they say.
Sure. First, you have to realize that you actually are in a trance.
Right. And that's where it starts. And then you have to say, well, what is the truth?
Like at our last International Brotherhood of Magicians meeting that I was at, I was talking with this younger kid, and I asked him, I says, do you want to do magic as a full-time thing? And he said, well, yeah, I'd like to, but I'm just a kid. And that puts you right in that spot where there's an excuse why I can't do it. But the reality is you could probably make a lot more money doing a gig if you positioned yourself properly than McDonald's is going to pay you. Yeah.
Back when I was a kid, a teenager, I didn't know any better. I thought, why not? So I went out and I did book shows. And
you didn't you didn't know that you might not be able to do it?
Right. No, I just thought, well, why not? I see these guys doing it. Why can't I do it? So my dad would drive me to the magic shows and drop me off.
Child labor.
Yeah. No, I was having fun.
Yeah, he figured, well, I don't have to pay him no allowance or anything. He can go make his own money.
Right. No, I didn't have an allowance. I made money doing magic when I was in high school.
Sure.
I started off, I was in the 6th grade when I first started. And by the time I was in the 8th grade, I was getting paid doing shows. Yeah.
Very cool. Buy your own bike, right?
Yeah. Right. And then I would use all my money to buy more magic, obviously.
When you were young, did you learn about business and all the things like, at this young age of taxes?
No one really taught me about business. And my dad worked for General Motors. So that was not a topic of discussion, but I intuitively picked up on it. They didn't put one thing my parents didn't do. They didn't put any constraints on me. That's one thing I have to say. So I felt I had their support. So when I went after something and wanted to create, but here's the thing: they did say when I was a senior in high school, when you get out of school, you're going to have to get a real job. You can't make a living doing magic. That's what they told me. They did not know.
I got that too, and I actually did go get a job out of high school because that's what they said to do. And I worked about 3-4 years, and I got laid off. And I thought, hey, where's my job? What's going on?
Right.
Yeah.
When I pursued my magic full time, it took me a couple of years, but then my career took off, and I've never stopped since then. So.
Have you you must have had some tough times now and then. So have you ever taken on like a part-time job to get through, or done some odd jobs and things?
Yeah, I had a family. I had 3 kids at one point, and I had to provide for them. So yeah, I remember going through some tough times, and I remember hawking my guitar and giving blood. And in my class ring, I hawked it.
Make it work, right?
Yeah, but it got me through that period of time, and then when I made a move from one city to another city, I had to take a job for about 6 months, but it was a transitional thing for me because the city. When I moved to Indianapolis, Indiana, that's when things began to really start changing for me because it was a bigger area.
When you were having those situations, were you not nearly as enlightened as you are now?
Yeah, when you're in the midst of transition, your enlightenment is not as high. It's only when you're in the peace and in the balance, bringing things in balance, that now those going through that helps bring about the change.
Yeah.
But I don't need more drama in my life to help wake me up.
It actually makes it more difficult because you start focusing on the problem rather than focusing on the solution.
Right.
Like, how am I going to pay my bills? What if the IRS comes and gets me? What am I going to do if I need to eat and I can't find any food? And you start thinking about all the stuff. Your mind gets full of that bad stuff.
Right, and that is a description of being in the trance, being stuck in the matrix, into this world, and not really going in with and discovering the truth behind it. And the word transcend means to rise above or go beyond. And I'm constantly doing that every day. I still do it today. I even did this morning when I did my meditation this morning. I was connecting with my spirit, my higher self, and hearing what was mine to do today, besides meeting with you.
Yeah, that's your thing, isn't it? What is mine to do today?
It is, yeah. And then it opens up the opportunities for me to do what I'm doing as a magician, and in my activities throughout the day, every week, so.
Well, it's always good to ask those questions, that who, what, where, when, how, why kind of questions.
Yeah,
that opens up the possibility.
When you don't know, there's nothing wrong with asking. In fact, when I coach people, basically all I'm doing is helping them ask better questions, because my belief is the answer is not within me, but what they're looking for. The answer is within them. And so what I basically do is try to help people frame their questions so that they can discover what it is, because the answer comes to you when you start asking questions, and you keep asking it over and over again, and rewording the perspective of what you're asking for. That's when you start getting the answers. It will show up eventually.
I wanted to pop this up here because anybody that's not listening, if they just think that you're a magician, they don't realize that you're also a speaker and a coach.
Yeah, well, that particular website will lead you to it, but for my coaching, it's stevehartspeaks.com. But that's okay. It didn't make a difference, The point is Magic Motivate is more about my magic and what I use, how I used it for motivational purposes. Yeah.
That's one of the cool things about magic. Because it's magic, it can do anything. So if anybody wanted to open up a daycare center, they could add magic to it.
That's the thing. The thing is opening yourself up to the possibilities. The possibilities are enormous. And we get so, tunnel vision about what we think is possible and what we got to do. I mean, that's one of the challenges I have with people when I coach them. I said, well, what do you want? And they say, well, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do that because they're stuck.
That's what I tell people when they ask, like, how does magic work? I say, I can't tell you the secret, but I'll tell you this. In a 360-degree circle, there's 359 degrees of possibility. And that's usually where people are looking, and they don't look at what's really happening.
That's exactly right. But that's our job as a magician, is to help them focus on the illusion. So that's what we do.
Exactly. And then you can take it the other way too, to give someone the confidence or possibility. You could use magic, kind of like what you did. You use that little metaphor with stretching the magic dollar. People didn't realize they could make more money by stretching the dollar, right?
Yeah, but you can do that. But my message is to not stop stretching your dollar, is to transcend beyond focusing on the dollar and open up with the possibilities of making money, in other ways, instead of just on that, however I was making my money. Because I'll be honest, what happened was in 2007, I had to file bankruptcy. I owned a bunch of property, real estate, and I lost everything. I had to file bankruptcy. So it was like starting over again. And my magic at the time was not providing the income that I was used to having at that time.
Yeah, it's starting over with shame.
Yes,
yes.
I felt like I had failed. Yes, that's true.
But we've all had that. I mean, we've all, gone in to buy a coffee and realized we left our wallet in the car, so we can't pay for it.
Right.
You come across tough times, because money is just an illusion anyways, right?
I know that now. I didn't know that years ago, but yes, I know that now.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic too, because I see all these people talking about these cryptocurrencies, and they get into all these weird, bizarre acronyms and names for everything. It's like, where are you going with all that?
See, the cryptocurrency that I'm involved in has helped teach me that, because I don't have control of it. I just invest. I do make wise decisions about how I spend my cryptocurrency within my wallet. The point is it's almost like play money. It's almost like invisible money.
Well, even real money is like play money. That's why they can just print.
That's
more.
True. That dollar that you have, what is it? What is it that's worth? What is that dollar really worth? Well, it says on their dollar it's the Federal Reserve, but you know what? They don't have a reserve.
No, it should be
what
the
reserve do they have?
void.
It used to be backed by gold, not anymore.
It should be the federal vacuum. Yeah. Even if it was backed by gold, you can't eat gold.
Yeah, but I don't own gold. I own silver. I did invest in silver, and you're right. I can't eat it, but I can convert it, and so.
Well, we got off topic a little bit, but that's what transcending does. It gets you into the infinite realm of possibility.
That's exactly right. The whole object of this talk is to realize first that you're in a trance when we are. And even right now, you and I are experiencing what we're experiencing. We're in a form of a trance, and we are going to transcend this, eventually.
Yeah, like I think I mentioned earlier, I started another project. It's a meetup group. It's going to be people meeting each other in person. And I couldn't think of what to name it. And I was talking to my wife, and she said, well, what do you like doing? And it ended up being magic, marketing, and metaphysics. I like all those topics. And now that I've done it, I realize I'm stuck in a box.
No.
So
that's the one thing that I learned when I had a meetup group. I had 3 meetup groups, actually. My purpose was to open up the space allow the people to come and talk about whatever it is they wanted to talk about. But because of my personality and my background and my focus, which was in those areas you just described, that was basically the theme of what we talked about. Those are the people that were attracted to me for my meetup group. But I didn't have to announce that this is what we're going to talk about. And we never, and I nor anybody else really have a particular topic we're going to discuss at our meetup. We just came together, and whatever came about. Now, my job as the host was to keep things, focused upon wherever it is we were going at the time, and not get off into tangents. But you're right. The point is to open up the space, open it up, and allow people to come together. Now, I want to say this though: I'm not doing it right now, and there's a reason why.
You're not going to say what you said you were going to say now?
No, I didn't say I was going to say it. I just told you. I just told you there's a reason why. You didn't ask me why.
Well, I'm going to have it. We're going to have this conversation offline. We've gone for 21 minutes now, so I'm going to close this up. And I wanted to talk to you about some of those things. And
Yeah, I'm happy to share it with you. But yeah,
maybe the next episode, we can pull it out of you.
By the way, did you get your copy of Think and Grow Rich? I remember our last show, The Synchronicity.
I've been looking for it.
Yeah, you got to get that. So we got to talk about that.
I don't want to buy a new one. I want to buy an old one that might have some notes in the border of the pages.
Mine does. I'm not going to let go of mine. Okay. All right. See you next week.
Okay, buddy. See ya. Well, there we go. A guy that I have a lot of respect for. I met him a long time ago on the internet and thought he was kind of a cool magician, but I never knew that he had such a Yoda mind. Okie dokie. I'm going to sign this one off. Peace, love, and happiness. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you want to learn more, you can Google it. That's where everything is. It's on Google. But they'll probably won't give you the information because they're hiding it. Oh, stop it, Brad. You're a conspiracy theorist. See you later. Bye.